Hello everyone, today my group and I will be presenting on an aspect of travel behavior, which are travel propensity and travel frequency. These two concepts help us understand not just who travels, but why, how often and what influences these decisions. By analyzing this pattern, we can predict trends and tailor strategies in the tourism sector. Let's begin with travel propensity. This term is defined as the likelihood of individuals or groups to travel. It encompasses the motivation and variables that lead to decision about travel frequency and participation across diverse demographics. Whether it's a family vacation, a solo backpacking trip, or a corporate business trip, all these stem from a degree of travel propensity. This is very essential because it informs tourism stakeholders about potential demand before it even happens. So, you may be wondering, why is it important to understand travel propensity? Firstly, it helps us forecast travel demand, which can enable better resource allocation. For example, given a beach town knows a lot of people will visit during school holidays, they can allocate their funding to get more lifeguards and open extra food stalls to get ready. Next, the marketer in the industry can design more targeted campaigns to attract more tourists. For instance, a country sees that young people like hiking. They can make fun videos showing exciting mountain trails to attract more teenagers since most of their target audience uses social media on a daily basis. Another point is that tourism board can predict and respond to sudden travel trends accurately. Imagine that many people suddenly want to visit cool places during summer due to their favorite influencer hyping up the location, like Norway or Iceland, so travel company can quickly start offering more trips to those places. Lastly, businesses can identify their ideal target market based on who is most likely to travel. For example, a hotel chain noticed that some of their returning customers are business travelers. They might give discount to those who travel there frequently to keep their customer coming back.
Next, we will be talking about travel propensity influencing factors. First, we have demographic. What is demographic? Demographics including age, income, and education. As for age, a younger individual or a Gen Z and millennials are often interested into adventure and extreme vacation, while the older individual may prefer a comfort and a relaxation one travel due to their health condition or any aging factors. As for education level, educated people may have more interest to discover the reality of our world or interest to experience the syllabus on their own to get a better understanding, besides than reading a book. The last subtopic for demographic, we have income level that is similar to education level. The higher income level of an individual, the higher motivation they have to traveling. For the second influencing factors, we have geographic that is consists of urban versus rural and proximity to destinations. As we already knew, geographic factors means to anything that involve with the physical locations and accessibility of any individuals to destinations. Urban area refer to places that have many accessibility and higher percentage of citizens easily called as an hotspot area such as city, while rural areas are isolated from accessibility and facilities unlike urban areas. Urban areas are typically known for their greater access to transportation such as airport, train station, and bus terminals that have made travel becomes convenient to tourists. Urban areas also have higher exposure to travel opportunity unlike rural areas. This also has caused that rural areas showed fewer travel propensity compared to urban areas. This is because rural areas have fewer travel agency, marketing activities, or any tourism events. Next, we're going to talk about proximity to destinations. Proximity to destination have caused that individuals are more likely interested to travel to their nearest travel destinations due to the cost and time efficiently and easily accessible. For the third influencing factors of travel propensity, we have disposable incomes that comes from economic sections. First, we need to know what does disposable income means. Disposable incomes refer to the amount of money that a person has left after paying their taxes, or any other essential living expenses, such as water and electricity bills, food and rental. Those who have higher disposable incomes can easily afford themselves for travel essentials such as transportation and accommodation. Lastly, we have social influences that divided into peer influences and social media. Travel propensity mostly increased by peers or their friends and family that always sharing and recommending their travel experience that can attract more tourism sector. Except for family and friends, travel propensity can be gained by the influence of social media that can rise up travel industry. As we know, such an information can be found on internet and make users wonder to experience the trip by themselves. And next, we are going to talk about measurement tools for travel propensity. First, we measure travel propensity by surveys that divided into online-based and face-to-face. As for online-based, they record intentions to travel, destination preferences and attitudes and motivations to travel. Online-based called effective because they allow researchers to collect data from variety audience including domestic and international tourists. Other than that, their contribution to travel propensity help track trends over time using large dataset. Moving on, face-to-face surveys help measure actual travel destination, or we will call that as on-site at destination, and satisfaction level, useful for providing a high quality and accurate data direct from travelers because they record them physically and make the communication becomes clear. Analysis of the tourism market involves analyzing supply and demand trends, tourism flows, economic conditions, and consumer preference. Analysis of the tourism market also contains government statistics, industry surveys, and tourist arrival. And the last measurement tools, we have tourist behavioral modeling. Tourist behavioral modeling refers to the tourist decision-making process based on their demographic, past travel data, or psychographic. Psychographic, or also known as lifestyle, may affect tourist decision-making for the choice of transportation, accommodation, and other travel package. A person who exposed to travel might have a high demand in choosing a perfect travel package. This situation technically helps to estimate the market potential and forecast demand in tourism industry.
There are some strategies to increase the travel propensity. The first one is target social demographic segments. Social demographic segments refers to group of people categorized based on a combination of social and demographic characteristics. There are some of categories in socio-demographic segments such as age, gender, income level of education level, occupation, and race. So, we should promote the travel industry based on the category segments. The second strategy is by promoting some of unique experience. For example, people should promote the culture from their countries so that many tourists from another country come to the countries so that they can see or experience other cultures in the world. The third one is by using the social media or by the help from influencer partnership. Promote the places on social media can be easily pull many tourists because all people are using social media in this year. Furthermore, by hiring an influencer, some of the tourist places will be more famous and it will attract other people to come to that tourist places. The last strategy is by utilize virtual reality tours. This can help increase the travel propensity by giving tourists the virtual experience of the amazing place. After the experience, they will be more interested to go to that one places. Let's talk about the definition of travel frequency. Travel frequency is the measured number of trips or journeys made by some individual on time of period. To elaborate, travel frequency refers to how often the individual travels within a given period of time. There are many factors for the individual to travel, including the reason of geographic, purpose of travel, and mode of transportation, providing insights into travel patterns and behavior.
Okay, so now let's continue with the next point of the topic, which is about impact of travel behavior on the economy, followed by the factors that can influence it. Okay, so to begin with, as you guys know, travel has a significant impact on both local and national economies, because when people travel, it boosts several sectors such as tourism, transportation, and retail. For example, tourists spend money on hotels, food, souvenirs, and transport services, which helps local business grow. This one also can lead to higher economic output, meaning more money is being circulated in the economy. In addition, it encourages job creation, because with more travelers, there's a higher demand for workers in hotels, travel agencies, public transport, and even shopping outlets. However, we also need to consider the opposite side, because if travel frequency drops, maybe due to economic crisis, pandemics, or travel restrictions, this can lead to lower spending and job losses in those sectors, which affects economic stability. Now, let's move on to influencing factors, or in other words, what causes people to travel more or less. One of the main factors is income level. It's simple. When people earn more, they have extra money to spend on travel and more likely to take frequent trips. The next factor is occupation. People who travel for business purpose usually have structured and frequent travel plans compared to those who travel just for leisure or holidays. Then, we have lifestyle. Some people really enjoy traveling and make it a regular part of their lives, especially frequent leisure seekers or retirees who have more time and freedom. Another key factor is access to transportation. For instance, owning a car or living near an airport with good flight connectivity makes it much easier for someone to travel. Lastly, time availability also plays an important role. People with flexible working hours or more holiday leave will obviously have more chances to plan trips. So overall, travel behavior can bring many positivity effects to the economy, and it is influenced by a combination of personal, social, and economic factors. That's all from me, thank you.
Next, let's move on to the measurement tools used to assess travel frequency. These tools play a crucial role in collecting accurate data and understanding travel behaviors. There are four main sources commonly used in this process. Firstly, travel logs serve as personal or digital records where individuals document their trips, including details such as dates, destinations, and purposes of travel. These logs provide first-hand information about travel habits. Secondly, data from travel agencies is also valuable. It includes booking records and customer preferences, which help identify how often people travel and the types of trips they prefer. Thirdly, tourism board statistics offer official national or regional data. These statistics are especially useful for tracking large-scale travel trends, both domestic and international. Lastly, airline and hotel booking give direct insight into travel frequency. By analyzing booking patterns, researchers can determine how frequently individuals or groups are traveling over a certain period. In conclusion, all these tools complement each other, providing a comprehensive picture of travel frequency across various demographic and purposes. Now, let's look at several effective strategies to increase travel frequency among target groups. These strategies aim to encourage more frequent travel by addressing travelers' needs and preferences. Firstly, prioritizing exclusive discounts and experiences for repeat visitors is a proven way to boost loyalty. By offering special deals or personalized package, travelers feel valued and are more likely to plan their next trip sooner. Secondly, the use of data analytics can help businesses and tourism boards understand travel patterns and tailor promotions accordingly. With accurate insights, marketing efforts become more targeted and effective. Thirdly, encouraging travel during shoulder seasons, which are the periods between peak and off-peak seasons, help distribute tourist flows more evenly throughout the year. Offering incentives during this time can motivate travelers to take more trips. Lastly, providing flexible scheduling options such as open-day bookings or changeable itineraries can remove barriers for people with unpredictable schedules, making them more likely to travel often. In summary, these strategies not only support increased travel frequency but also enhance overall traveler satisfaction and long-term engagement with tourism service.